Excellent. I'm delighted to be joined today with Ashley Latter. Now, Ashley has very kindly given up some time in the middle of a training day, so I'm grabbing him during what should be a well-earned break from quite an intense training course, shall we say, and I'm delighted to be part of that course today. So welcome to Glasgow. Interestingly,
I've got my iron brew.
You've got your iron brew. Indeed. Now, I'm quite excited to be filming within this building. This building was where the very first ever television pictures were transmitted by John Logie Baird in 1927. So it's quite interesting to be filming from here. So welcome, and I guess thank you for your article in Dentaltown UK recently. Now, the topic of that article was about not making assumptions. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I think probably from the last 26 years of training dentists and team members, I think a common mistake, and I am generalising, not everybody makes this, is that a lot of dentists or team members will make assumptions about what patients can and cannot afford, often by the way they're dressed or the way their zip code is, what they do for a living. And it's a big mistake. And when you make an assumption about somebody, you are you're going to miss out on lots of opportunities by doing so. And I see this all the time. I was in a practice a couple of weeks ago in Ireland, and I was watching a consultation. I was doing some courses out there, and I watched a consultation, and this patient was a 59-year-old gentleman, smartly dressed, and he sat down, and the dentist asked one question. He says, "How can we help you today?" And he turned around and said, "Well, I've been interested in having my teeth straightened. I've been thinking about it for a while now, but I really don't want anything to show." And that was it. That was no more questions. Nothing else was asked. The patient went back in the chair. He came back up, and the dentist started talking about Invisalign and how it's going to help him. And he didn't want Invisalign. He wanted the braces behind the teeth, and an assumption was made there. And in the end, it had a bit of a standoff between the patient and the dentist. So it's an assumption that I find that people make all the time.
Now, interestingly, you're teaching dentists on how to, I guess, manage these types of things with patients, but in reality, you're also challenging the assumptions that dentists themselves make about the training courses that you deliver. Now, I personally will admit to, I've got a training in hypnosis, communication, rapport, and kind of having this self-belief that I kind of know most of this stuff, and I think I'm pretty good at it. And I have to say that coming along in your course made me realise that I had my own assumptions, and actually there's so much more for me to learn, and that must be something you come across quite a lot.
It is. And I've just had lunch with one of the dentists on the course here, Fraser, and he said, he's been thinking about taking my course for 5 years or so. He says, but the one thing that's been has been putting him off was the fact that he thought my course was like a hard selling program, and it's completely the opposite. And we spend most of the 2 days focused on how to build rapport, how to ask the right type of questions, how to present solutions on the patient's agenda, and he was being very, very surprised. So yeah, it happens all the time, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's an assumption that many dentists make about our course, and when they come on the program, it's virtually everybody says it. Oh, I thought it was going to be like this, and it's completely opposite to what I thought it was going to be. And I can't believe, the communication mistakes that we've been making for many, many years. So I try my best, as much as we can put it out on the website, as much as we get testimonials from people, but yeah, we still get it virtually. I would say virtually on every course, somebody says, my perception of this is completely different to what I thought it would be.
Absolutely. And one of the things I've really enjoyed witnessing in your course is actually just seeing how much you enjoy presenting it, and it's really evident how passionate you are about it and how much you enjoy passing on the knowledge and seeing the changes happening in front of you.
I do. I mean, we were talking about this yesterday on the course. I'm doing this virtually 4 days a week, 5 days. I mean, I've just done a run where I've done 7 consecutive days, including Sunday, where I've delivered some courses. And yet today, which is the 6th day, I've got one more tomorrow. Then I've got the weekend off. I still love it because I love to see the challenges that dentists have, and I love to see the material, and I know what the difference is going to make to where they communicate with patients. So I still get really excited. I know it's. But doing it for 26 years, I still get a buzz from doing it.
Indeed, and you're in demand all over the world. I see you go off to Australia quite a bit, and you've been in India as well, is that right?
I was in India about 18 months ago, and then I'm back in Australia. I'm going to Sydney in 3 weeks on Tuesday. I know that because my visa came through this morning by email. So yeah, I'm back in Sydney in 3 weeks, and then we're going to Chicago for a week in April. We're speaking at the AACD conference, and I got a couple of courses as well in Chicago, which is really exciting.
And do you think culturally there are big differences, in dentistry across the world? Are the same challenges that people are experiencing? What's your experience?
It's the same challenges. People often say, well, it must be different in America or different in Australia. But actually, believe it or not, when it narrows it down, a dentist is a dentist wherever they are. They still have the same challenges in connecting with patients. They still got to present their treatment plan in a way that gets an acceptance from the patients. So no, we don't have. If you can have 5 dentists from America, 5 dentists from the UK. It's exactly the same challenges. We had a course last week in London. We had a dentist who came actually from the States to take the course. He came over to London, and he actually said to me over dinner, said, "You guys have exactly the same challenges as us." So it's the dentist is the dentist wherever they are.
Indeed, absolutely. Now, you're a Manchester United fan, is that correct?
Yes, yeah, not as passionate as I used to be, but I'm still a red. I must confess, I've missed a few games this year. I've got a season ticket. This is my 40th year of having a season ticket for United. Yeah,
40
years.
Wow. And how else do you unwind? What else do you do? Because you seem so energetic all the time. There must be some downtime and.
Not enough at the moment, but I'm going skiing on Saturday with my family, so I enjoy doing that. I enjoy walking up the hills, so I love doing as much as that. I cycle once a week with my friends. We go cycling around the hills of Manchester, and I go to the gym as much as I can. But to be honest, I mean, I've really enjoyed walking around Glasgow. I've walked 3 or 4 miles a day since I've been here on the River Clyde. I enjoy that. So just anything outside normally.
I guess, what would you say are the kind of main advantages to coming along to one of your training courses? And I guess it's kind of hard sometimes to self-promote. There are lots of dentists here today who I can see the change and see how much they're getting out of it. But what would your expectations for most dentists be here?
Yeah, good question. And you are right. It's probably hard to blow your own trumpet. But I find that many dentists, the major advantage is that 85% of a dentist's success in a consultation is down to communication skills and down to attitude. You can have all the technical ability in the world. You can be a great implantologist, you can be a great orthodontist, but if you can't connect with the patient or sell your ideas in a way that they want to hear it, you'll never achieve the success that they have. And a lot of dentists struggle a little bit with the communication. They sometimes find it challenging to discuss fees. As you know, we've just done that session here where there's a few dentists who openly admit that they reduce the fee in their head, and because of that, they're not creating the wealth or not selling their services at the fees they should do. And we can help them there. And the major advantage that dentists will gain from my course is more self-confidence in their beliefs, a lot better communication skills, be able to sell their ideas better, be able to connect with the patient a lot more, to get more referrals and long-established relationship. But most importantly, to be able to deliver the dentistry they love to do at the fees that they want to charge. And I think that's the win, is you can go with all the technical skills, but the question is, have you fulfilled them? Have you fulfilled all your technical skills? Have you bought kit in the box that you still haven't used yet? And a lot of it is down to because we just can't get our patients to commit to that, and that's why this course is so valuable.
Yeah, and I think what really struck a chord with me was when you said you don't know what you don't know. And certainly I think there are people who naturally are quite good at patient rapport and communication and sales techniques, if you like. But again, I've learned a massive amount in the last couple of days, and I'm very grateful that you've come.
Well, we've known each other for years now, and is this the first 2-day program? I think
this is actually, I have to admit, this is the first time I've done the 2-day program.
Yeah, so I know we've known each other a long time, and we've been speaking on various gigs together. But no, it's been great. I must confess, I do love what I do, but I do love doing it more in Glasgow. I think the people up here are just amazing and friendly, and it's a great city. I really do enjoy coming up here. So
good. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here, and enjoy the rest of your stay. And I shall wish you well in your journey. So thank you very much for joining. Thank you.